Oh no! The Hasan Piker drama has made its way over to the Unsubscribed podcast. I wonder what they're talking about. What did he do? He does like a million things every day. It's completely insane. What specific thing are they talking about? Or are they just talking about overall? Let's find out.
Dude, the Hasan is absolutely amazing to watch from an outside perspective, because...
Oh yeah, it's Tectone. Okay, I watched this podcast. I vaguely remember this conversation.
I mean, it's again a dude that loves. I don't know. That it is wild to watch somebody like that have as many viewers as he does.
Asmund or Hasan?
Hasan.
Yes. Okay.
I think 50% of his viewers are hate watchers and like content creators that are just ripping content from him. I've never watched him. I like to watch him through other people making content together without their knowledge.
Asmund's the GOAT.
Yeah, Asmund's dude.
I've been watching that guy since college, so going from watching him, being a viewer of his, to then being a friend of his, to then doing a podcast with him, holy that shit was surreal. Now that guy's the GOAT. Yeah, Hasan's retarded though.
True! 100% true. No lies there.
That guy is retarded.
It's the best way to describe it.
It is insane, because as much as I want to fault him for just being dumb as shit, it's like his viewers who are even dumber, because like he'll just go live and lie.
He's dumb, but he's also smart with the way that he knows how to manipulate his audience and say things where he's like giving them a nudge, you know what I'm really saying? And they're like, yeah, we know what you're really saying. And then they'll say what he's really saying in the chat half the time.
And no one will say a damn thing. And it's like, bro, just do a Google search, brother. Like, do Google anything this saying. It is so easy to disprove this shit. Like, but he's so hot. He's a progressive guy in a MAGA body. I love this guy.
Could you please put up that news article? Because that is something that I think, what is it, New York Times?
Yeah, and he is not. He looks like me. He looks like he would be friends with me. He wouldn't be friends with me because he's an absolutely insane person and he supports terrorism. But he is not hot. Who thinks this guy is hot? He looks like he smells like mustard.
To deviate real quick, what was up with that? The little puff piece? It said he was in a MAGA body.
Progressive man in a MAGA body, which I guess that means if you're in shape, that means that you're far right.
Yeah, because being in shape and being in good health is toxic masculinity.
You lift weights and like don't eat like a fat ass. You're a MAGA body.
Yeah, it's like, isn't that like good? Like, am I crazy? Like, I don't know. Like, people on the internet.
Anything good is wrong. You can't have anything good. Anything good, that is not the right way. That is wrong. Think. You have to like everything bad.
The problem is in my sphere, it's that if you're not the furthest left, you are now far right.
True.
So it's kind of like this, like a whole infighting on the left. And if you go against Hasan, people assume that you're MAGA, but it's like, no. And even if we were, who cares? And secondly, we're just not retarded. And it's just like we fact check the information that we consume. It's not about his values, it's who he is as a person, which I will admit, all things considered, I have had Hasan on my podcast before, or my old podcast. Great guy to talk to about anime, great anime takes, not all bad. It's like Osama bin Laden, he actually played Animal Crossing. Not sure if you guys know that, so,
Big karaoke guy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, his political takes, and also the way
Hitler was a painter.
he treats his friends is pretty bad, not gonna lie. Also calling Asmongold the murder of his mother, the murder of his dead mother is
crossing the line.
He really likes going after people's parents. It's really weird.
What was the story about that? Like, he said that Asmund murdered his mother?
Yeah, he said that it's his fault that his mom died because...
That's so fucked up. That's so, like... It's not even a funny situation. He was just being mean for no reason other than he's a piece of shit.
Of how gross his room is kept.
How does mom die?
Honestly, I've never felt comfortable enough to ask that question.
Okay, I didn't know if it was public knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm guessing heart attack because I heard that she's fat and she wasn't the healthiest and had a lot of health problems. I'm thinking heart attack, or maybe like I don't know. I don't even want to think about it.
I maybe it is, but it's like I'm just not gonna ask. I'm just like, hey man, sorry.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's nobody's business. Who cares?
Conversation.
Yeah.
That's.
It wasn't because of that.
Well,
though.
yeah, no,
it actually was because of that. Yeah, that was because of that. But yeah, that was what I mean. He has this thing where this is essentially how his whole clique works, which is instead of insulting people, this is what I do. I mean, I'll be real. I shit talk people's appearance all the time because I think it's funny. And plus, it's like I can call people fat because I was fat. It's fine. I can say that. But he's like,
I was not fat. I was not at any point fat. I think it's perfectly fine for me to make fun of fat people.
no, I'm gonna say this guy's a. I'm gonna say this guy fucks kids. I'm gonna.
Yeah, he goes immediately to the worst things. Things that would actually, like, catch on in certain communities, and people will actually repeat that all the time to regular people, and people will start thinking it. They're trying to plant it into people's heads and ruin their lives over things that aren't true. And it's funny, because this podcast is from, like, a week or two ago, before Tectone got banned and all of that, and all of this Twitch nonsense has been going on.
This guy's a. I'm gonna say that this guy's a murderer, and it's like, all right.
Which is legitimate defamation.
Absolutely. Well, the problem with defamation, though, is it is so incredibly hard to prove. It is so ridiculously hard because you have to prove, like, what? Damage of assets, I believe. And so if you're doing successful, it's like, well, did they really make you lose money? Did they not? The only way that you can kind of prove defamation in a lot of cases, like, if the sponsor said they pulled out because of this comment, but...
There are other ways, like, if what they are saying causes everyone to repeat it, then you can. Because that is damaging to your emotions, it's damaging to your reputation, which in turn will be damaging to your wallet. And even if it wasn't, damaging to your reputation and, like, getting people riled up to where they're gonna try and be violent towards you, I'd say that that's a lawsuit. But I think Tectone just does not want to deal with it.
It's such a messy case to actually prove it. But I agree,
True.
it should be defamation, but it's so hard to prove. And once again, it's not just Hasan, it's the whole orbit. And I would list you all their names, but there's just so many of them I just forget, and they're all just as stupid as the next one.
Denim, Minx, the guy who looks like iDubbbz's husband or wife, same thing. iDubbbz husband, wife.
But it's kind of just like, you know, you see, and this is why I'm glad I got banned, because it was kind of like I was a martyr. Because I've had this happen in another video game where, you know, I lost like $20,000 in a video game, and, you know, I saved this game's weapon system. I'm not even gonna say the name of the game. It's Genshin Impact, regardless. They call me Gotcha Jesus, and now I'm being called Twitch Jesus because I got banned for 2 weeks to essentially demonstrate the hypocrisy of Twitch's infrastructure.
Yeah, he got banned then, and he just got banned again for, what was it, a week? But he's supposed to be unbanned. He should be unbanned on Twitch right now, shouldn't he?
Which is, we are going to pick and choose who we're going to ban. One guy who called one girl fat, or one girl who said that all American soldiers get PTSD, and another guy who said America deserves 9/11, who says that we should kill Senator Rick Scott, who said that the street should bathe in capitalist blood, who said that the Houthi terrorists deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, the guy who interviewed a Houthi terrorist on stream, a guy who called a police on his ex-girlfriend to harass her, you know, and like,
and they just report, and then he read the in support for the shooting that just happened.
And it took a shooting to.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, not to mention how he's reporting the LA riots.
And it's like, who are we gonna ban here? Ooh, the guy who said fat. Okay. Yeah, and then Hasan.
Yeah, it's funny because he called two girls whores because they called him a rapist, and he's the one who got banned. Nothing happened to them. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Did get banned 2 days ago now. Hopefully it doesn't immersion break anybody who's watching this live, whenever this goes live.
He's already unbanned.
Yeah, he's unbanned. He had to ban after 1 day for reading a terrorist manifesto.
On the weekend, by the way. He was banned on the weekend, and Twitch told Tectone that they can't unban him on the weekend, even though Hasan was banned for a day, so he would have been banned on the weekend and unbanned on the weekend. How does that work?
Yet he gets banned for reading a terrorist manifesto, but he didn't get banned for supporting and promoting a terrorist. Like, are you familiar with One Piece? Anybody seen One Piece here?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's this show. There's this.
I know what it is. I tried to watch it. I watched the first 4 seasons. I could not. It was too much. Too many episodes. I was like, I've seen so much of this, and I'm like an eighth of the way there.
guy. He eats a fruit. He's made out of rubber. What's that about?
Man, it's so gay when you say it like that. I am now taking my hand down. I haven't watched that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
He's like
good.
hiding the sleeve.
Anyway, he's like one of the most beloved characters in anime history. He always does the right thing. He always does everything for his friend. And Hasan's like, oh, dude, I think you're just like Monkey D. Luffy. We support you. And it's like, brother, what are we doing here? And he didn't get banned for that shit. Yeah, we get banned for just reading a terrorist manifesto. It just makes no sense. And the problem is, when you only get banned for a day, that helps your career tremendously.
Because the news about you getting banned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody sees that you got banned. They're like, gotta be there for the unbanned.
Yeah, and then you get the clickbait video of you being mad that you got banned and how much bullshit it is, which was a total play because it was on his fucking day off. He didn't even notice it. No, he did notice it because everybody was talking about him.
Stream, and you get paraded with, follows. He farms sympathy. Tons of subs came in, and it's like, bro, man, it's just pathetic.
I don't know. Like that dude, even from the socialist communism. He's a communist. I forget which side, but he's very big on.
There's no fucking difference. They're all the same. And I don't even think they really know. I think they're liars and they just want chaos and they want to watch the world burn with them on top. But it can't work that way. You can't all be on top if you're wanting to be the one on top.
Like, he's rich as shit, but it's like...
He'll wear those anarchist t-shirts that say eat the rich. It's like,
from his
homie, that's you.
I know. Oh my God. From his multi-millionaire mansion in Los Angeles. It makes no sense.
You mean his... Was it a townhouse? What was that?
It wasn't quaint. It was like... What was it? It was like it was
Modest,
humble, modest townhome.
$2.8 million modest townhome, and you're like, dude, just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, be honest.
Yeah, that's not in some people's ability, unfortunately, on stream, to just simply tell the truth. It is insane. But I don't blame Hasan, because I understand why he does all this shit, because he really wants Daddy Asmongold's attention. Like, he gets off on just the idea of wanting to talk to him on stream. He probably touches himself with the idea of being able to communicate with this hero, this Roach King. And, he turns him on really hard.
Same with Nuxanor. I think he really likes the back and forth Nuxanor, because he likes anime. He's an anime kind of guy, And Nuxanor literally is an anime. That's why he likes to talk about him so much.
So yeah, one day, Hasan really wants to talk to Asmon. When he does, he'll probably blow his load, but that day is not coming anytime soon because nobody wants to talk to the guy because debating him is useless because he's a liar.
Yeah, everybody saw that with that H3 video that he did. That H3 debate where he lied throughout the whole fucking thing. And then he completely crashed out over something that made no sense for him to crash out over. Everybody saw it, except for Hasan's community. They didn't watch it.
And very bad at debating. That was probably the worst career move he could have done. And he was... Did you watch any of the...
Ethan?
I don't think it affected him at all. I think it just made more people aware, and I think it put more content creators against Hasan Piker. I think less people are going to be working with him in the future. But you still got people like Ludwig working with him.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Which is funny.
The worst thing is, his head is so small.
He does have a tiny head. With a tiny brain.
I've seen the cartoons too.
Sorry, I had to get that in there.
It's funny because the last time Ethan, Klein, or Hasan were relevant to me was I think it was probably 4 years ago. They both were on a podcast together attacking me.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, the mask thing?
Yeah. So I did an ad for a company. This was like tail end of COVID, I guess. And now all the data's out and everything. We all know that the mask never worked and it was all a sham. Like, yeah, go figure.
Yeah, go fucking figure. Literally, like, everything around COVID, whenever they were telling us to do stuff 6 feet apart, wear the masks, all of it was bullshit. Nobody's talking about the boosters and the vaccines anymore.
But I did a promo for a company that was like a fake mask company, where it's like a lot of like airplanes and shit, like they still required you to wear a mask. And it was a mesh mask that you could wear, but you could still breathe through it. Like it wouldn't obstruct your breathing.
This is
like,
your COVID?
Yeah. It was like at the very end of COVID where it just to get past the regs anywhere that like they still required you to wear it. I did a promo for it and I was shit posting right while I was doing it. I was like, oh yeah, do you want to be a thermonuclear weapon in a nursing home? Like, I was making obvious jokes, right? And they were treating it like, oh my God, I can't believe, how is this allowed? How has YouTube not banned this guy? And they were just like, they did 30 minutes or 20 minutes, like just attacking my fake ad for a fake mask.
Well, it just sucks because jokes aren't allowed in 2025.
Well, they are allowed, just not on these platforms. The platforms might ban you. You just have to go to places like Rumble and X, where you won't get any traction because you're not popular.
Because people who don't like you will say, no, he was serious, and I know it was. I'm going to go contact his sponsors right now.
Never mind. Actually, I'll go.
I'm gonna call CPS on his children and send skulls to his house.
One more recent than that. Speaking of jokes, this one you could still look up. Ethan Klein actually, afterward, I think he got a strike for this. But when I was at the NRA convention, he's like, how is, I think this was like 2023, maybe? He went on a stream, was like, how has somebody not bombed this place already?
Yeah, totally. He did say that. I was around for that one. I was watching H3 clips and I caught a glimpse of that.
And then like it's dead silence for a couple seconds. Later on, like straight face the whole time. He's like, oh, obviously that was a joke. I was like, no, you were serious.
You were speaking at that one, right?
Yeah, I had like a very public, I did a video there and everything like that, but like I was posting shit from there. And so like that was a death threat against a partnered creator.
Yeah, that probably should have been like a straight up bannable offense. If I would have said that about somebody, I probably would have been slapped off the platform forever.
You would think that death threats would get you banned. But it just don't. It just don't.
You have to call the wrong person fat.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of COVID, is that shit?
Yeah, that was perfect. That was a perfect way to end that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that COVID was